Sealaska Heritage is a nonprofit founded at the urging of clan leaders and elders in 1980 to perpetuate and enhance Tlingit, Haida, and Tsimshian cultures. This video shows highlights of SHI's programming in 2020.
Are you all ready to let the celebration begin?
In June 2020, SHI kicked off its first ever virtual celebration after the pandemic caused the Institute to postpone the in-person event, held every even year since 1982. Virtual celebration included dance performances from 2018 and new content, including videos showcasing SHI's 2020 juried art show and competition.
That award goes to Elaine Jack for Beaded Chilkat Wall Hanging. Congratulations.
An Indigenous fashion show, and a toddler regalia review.
This is Juliette Rose Hodge.
SHI also created a website which featured an exhibit showcasing winners and finalists in its juried art show and competition, plus galleries of photos from the toddler regalia review, and Indigenous fashion show. The site also highlighted 2020 Native Artist Market participants. In all, nearly 4,000 people tuned in to virtual celebration. "2020 was an exciting year at SHI as crews broke ground on the Sealaska Heritage Arts Campus. The campus will open in late 2021 and includes studios for art instruction with distance learning capabilities, spaces to make monumental pieces, and areas for performances, native art markets, and public gatherings. The project is phase 2 of SHI's vision to make Juneau the Northwest Coast art capital of the world. The Institute, in partnership with the University of Alaska Southeast, reached another milestone in 2020 with the debut of a new Associate of Arts degree with an emphasis on Northwest Coast arts. SHI also held classes in Alaska and the lower 48 on skin sewing, halibut hooks, and formline design, in person and online.
Roll it down, grab the next one, see how it's really buckling on itself.
When the pandemic hit, SHI pivoted from some of its planned classes and produced how-to videos instead, including one on preparing materials for chilkat weaving and another series on making box drums. SHI also sponsored virtual versions of its Tsetsin Northwest Coast Art and Leadership Academy and its Voices on the Land program, which improves literacy skills and increases the use of Tlingit, Haida, and Tsimshian language through performing arts and digital storytelling. In 2020, SHI offered its award-winning early literacy program, Baby Raven Reads, virtually to communities across the region, and received funding to also expand it to Cake, Klukwan, Haines, Metlakatla, and Ketchikan. Through the program, SHI also published 4 new children's books, including Raven and the Hidden Halibut, an origin story based on traditional oral narratives that was written by children. The new books also include original translations of 3 previous Baby Raven Reads titles, marking the first time SHI has published Indigenous language-only texts through the program. The program is offered in partnership with Tlingit and Haida Central Council Head Start. In 2020, SHI went virtual with its STEAM program, which teaches science, technology, engineering, arts, and math in a hands-on, culturally relevant way. In lieu of in-person events, staff developed maker kits and sent 1,300 of them to middle school students in 6 communities enrolled in the program. SHI continued to sponsor the Tlingit Culture, Language, and Literacy program in Juneau, and 10 students graduated in 2020. For the first time, SHI's cultural orientations for teachers, including its annual education conference, went virtual, which allowed the Institute to more than double its reach compared to the previous year.
It was just 2 people.
Prior to the pandemic, SHI co-sponsored the annual traditional games, which are based on hunting and survival skills of the indigenous people of Alaska and across the Arctic, going back hundreds of years. Through the games, athletes work together toward common goals and learn from the skills and values that allowed Alaska Native people to survive and thrive in some of the harshest conditions. In 2020, SHI and the University of Alaska Southeast also signed an agreement to offer an immersive language program for scholars across the region who plan to teach their language. And SHI continued its Language Pathways program to teach Tlingit, Haida, and Tsimshian to 18 language scholars. In 2020, SHI unveiled its first ever 3D exhibit in an effort to open the space to people worldwide during the pandemic. The site offers visitors a free tour of SHI's exhibit, War and Peace. The Institute taps state-of-the-art technology to allow visitors to virtually roam through the space, which explores traditional Tlingit laws, the consequences for breaking them, and the complex peace ceremonies that ended conflicts and restored balance. SHI also acquired some important pieces for its collections in 2020, including more than 4,000 images taken by the late Tlingit photographer Cyril George. Also in 2020, the noted weaver Lily Hope donated a remarkable Chilkat mask, which she created as a nod to the pandemic using an ancient art practice in a new way. SHI also acquired an important research collection on the Northwest Coast, subarctic, and Arctic culture areas. The collection consists of more than 1,600 volumes, including very rare books and reports and many first editions. In addition, the Institute put digital photographs of more than 900 ethnographic objects and detailed listings of 150 of its archival collections online in a new state-of-the-art platform.
You might know about the ordeal that we went through in 2004 here in Juneau, when I opened a box of brand new books only to find another attempt to sugarcoat our history.
The Institute also sponsored more than 20 lectures in 2020 on Native languages, art, and education, and posted the content on its YouTube.
Because we had to go to school, college.
Executive staff monitors and advocates on public policy issues and funding at the federal, state, and city government levels. Staff advocates on matters related to arts, culture, education, and funding. In 2020, SHI took the unprecedented step of suing certain clothing producers and retailers, including Neiman Marcus, Alanui, My Teresa, and Farfetch, alleging that they falsely affiliated garments produced and sold by them with native artisans through the use of the term raven's tail, and unlawfully infringe the copyright of the famous Northwest Coast artist Clarissa Rizal. In the federal lawsuit, SHI demanded an injunction prohibiting the production, marketing, and sale of the piece, which was being offered as a raven's tail knitted coat and selling for more than $2,500. Additionally, the Institute sought statutory, compensatory, punitive, and other damages in the lawsuit, which was settled in 2021. SHI also facilitated a historic meeting among clan elders, other tribal members from Angoon, Cake, and Wrangell, and Alaska's senior military leader to discuss bombardments on the 3 villages waged by the United States in 1869 and 1882. In addition, the Institute spearheaded consultations among Cake tribal members and traditional scholars to give a Tlingit name to a new species of Thalidosaur, a marine reptile that lived more than 200 million years ago that was recently discovered. Sealaska Heritage is a regional Native nonprofit that relies on public funds and private donations to provide programs for the Tlingit, Haida, and Tsimshian and the public. In 2020, Sealaska donated $1.9 million in cash and in-kind services to support SHI's operations and $1 million to support development of the Sealaska Heritage Arts Campus. The Institute leveraged that and raised an additional $10.7 million in grants, revenue, and sales, plus $2 million in funding for the Arts Campus, bringing the total amount raised for the project to $13 million. In all, SHI served more than 51,000 people in 2020 in 36 communities and Alaska and the lower 48. This video shows highlights of programming in 2020 at Sealaska Heritage. For more information, see sealaskaheritage.org.